Is everything good? I'm also going to be like updating her face a bit, updating her eyes, her ears, a couple stuff that I really wanted to change. Also, I'm sorry, you will be hearing my keyboard. It's too loud. Gonna go ahead and ping the Discord. It's probably gonna be a fairly short stream. Because, like I said, it is a little late. How's everyone? I'm checking to make sure, is my chat updating live? Am I seeing everybody's chats? Welcome, Swirl Beast. Welcome, welcome. Okay. So, by the way, the music that we're listening to today is relaxing League of Legends music. I used to listen to a lot of these tracks so much years back when I was writing Dragon Queen. So I thought it would be fun to go back and listen to some of those again. Also, if you would like to support the stream, you can click the link in the description below to help support our game development. Yeah, alright, I guess with that we can get started. Welcome, Juniper Toast. So in this stream you'll be basically seeing firsthand how I texture hair, how I start with it, and then I doubt I will finish, but that would be cool, maybe I will. I'll also show the eyes, and then I need to do the bottom of her hooves again. I need to do, actually, in general, these hooves are kind of old. I need to touch up some stuff. I need to touch up the tail, the face. It's an older character that I did, so I've been going back and touching up some of these older characters. And the reason I changed her hair was just because, I don't know, I didn't like it anymore. For those who don't remember what her old hair looked like, let me show you. You know, I did base it on, you know, some actual like 1940s kind of styles, but I felt it was just a little too weird looking, I guess, with like these 3 giant rolls of hair stacked on top of each other. Hold on. Ew. Okay. Sorry. Sketchfab is a really weird website sometimes, and then just because I put in the tags of this that... I don't know. I don't even know what I put in the tags. There's some like suggestive models that get suggested on the side, so I'm trying to like show you guys without showing the weird models that are being recommended on the side. 1 second. I'll just show you the ArtStation link. Ah, here we go. This was her original hair. And I just wasn't a fan, especially how it looked from the back. I just didn't like it. It looked like folds of skin or something, you know? And I don't know, I just wasn't a fan. I might use it on like a background NPC or something so I don't like waste the model, but also the topology is horrible. Anyway, c'est la vie. Time to make some better hair. And I adjusted her face too. Hold on, let me go ahead and post about this on Instagram story. 1 second. what time is usually better for streams anyway? Because I feel like if I do it in the afternoon, some people are still at work. I don't know. I'll probably try different times and see what ends up working best. Okay, just posted that on my Instagram story. This one does look better? Okay, thank you. I'm glad. Okay, so the first thing... Oh, let me know if the music volume is good and my volume is good. If you don't say anything, I'll just assume it's fine. But the first thing I do when I start with hair is I bake the ambient occlusion, which is this stuff right here. That's an automated process that just uses the curves of the model to make contact shadows. But then after that, there's still a lot of work to do. And what I do usually is get kind of a mid-level dark color, like a slightly darker color to start with, to block out some of the kind of big shapes of the hair. And the way I made the model for this hair was originally I sculpted it. Usually I do my sculpting in ZBrush, but because this was just hair, I was just kind of in the mood to just do it in Blender instead of, you know, having to take the FBX from one program to the other. I was just like, screw it, I'll just do this in Blender. It'll be fine. So I sculpted this in Blender, the high poly version. And then I took that into an iPad app called Cozy Blanket. And that app is for retopology mostly. And basically what you do is you kind of trace over the super high poly count model and you trace it over with what I did here, all these lines, all these polygons, with the lower polygon version, so that way you preserve the shape but make it a lot less information for the computer to have to calculate in the game. Oh, it's a little, the music is a little loud. Okay, I will turn it down a bit. So every single line you see on this hair, every single thing, that was all hand done. I don't use auto retopology tools that much anymore because they don't really do a very good job. Either it's too high poly but it does keep the shape well, or it's too low poly and doesn't keep the shape well. So even though it takes more time, the best topology I've ever had on my models is when I have to do it all the way by hand, which is not fun, but at least the iPad app makes it a lot easier, because for some reason whenever I started doing this on Blender, it would just lag the computer so much. For some reason my iPad could handle it better than my computer could, and I don't know why that is. It's probably in the coding of the app, of how they handle it. They might handle models more like ZBrush does, where they're not technically 3D, but that's a whole other discussion that I don't really have the technical knowledge to participate in. Anyway, I'm just rambling. If y'all have any questions, let me know. Oh my gosh, I missed this music so much. I mean, I guess it's appropriate that we're listening to League of Legends music because 3D Coat is the program that most League of Legends artists use to texture models for that game. So, yeah. Do I have a favorite character? Oh, hello Nova, welcome. I do have a favorite character. My favorite character is probably... Okay, I'll split it between the adults and the kids, because of the adults, I would say that the Bard is my favorite, And then for the kids, I would say it's actually tough. All the kids are adorable. Maybe Lydia. Maybe Lydia's my favorite. Lydia and Judith might be my favorites. But it's hard to pick because I love all those little kiddos, like my own little babies. It's hard to pick a favorite child, you know? I've recently, this week, been writing Marisol's side quest and been having a lot of fun with it. She's such a fun character to write for. Yeah, Gina is very silly. Thank you very much, Enchanted Butterfly. Oh my gosh, I just realized I did not remember to freeze the hair so I don't accidentally paint anything below it. Hold on, let me freeze this. There we go. Oh, I would love to see people cosplay this. That'd be so fun. I would be really interested to see how people would like do certain stuff. Like the hooves and things. I've seen a lot of very beautiful satyr cosplays, so I would assume it'd be a similar idea with the shoes and hooves and everything. Ooh, whoops, whoopsie. Oh, you guys, you were talking about the freeze thing. Okay. I was like, what was oopsie? Gosh, what theme is this character for again? Oh, Lilia. That makes sense. I like to keep the wireframe on so I can make sure I'm going on the right lines here. I don't know if I've said this in public actually, but it's not a spoiler, so I'll just say it now in case I haven't said it before. Miss Keene is actually Judith's aunt. Sort of. She's not actually related to Judith, but she's such a incredibly close family friend to Judith's mom and dad that she has basically become an aunt to Judith. In the original kind of pitch document, that wasn't the case, but I thought it would make a lot more sense to some later events in the story and some other stuff if, well, it would be like a unique trait of Miss Keene to have, because no one else of the teachers really are, and the other suspects are really like connected to Judith's family in the same way, so I thought it'd be fun for one of the characters to have like a more familial kind of connection to Judith. That way she has a different sort of dynamic with Judith when talking with her that the other authority figures don't really have with her. like the way she and Judith interact with each other is going to be very different from how Judith would interact with like Miss Grinsby. Like if you see in the demo, the way she interacts with Mrs. Grinsby is very like not like kind of disrespectful and stuff, but Judith does have a sense of respect and familial love for Miss Keene, so there's a difference there in the way she's written, which is very fun to do. Oh yeah, exactly, enchanted butterfly. By the way, I want to float something to you guys. I still am trying to get some more funding for like more voice acting and more stuff like that, more like voice acting that's like beyond the main quest and stuff like that, and so we still don't know necessarily how long some of the script stuff is gonna be. So I was wondering if anybody would be interested in doing paid like mentorship kind of stuff. Like if I did sort of like mentorship classes kind of thing, like short stuff to teach Blender or texturing or that kind of stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I've thought about that in the past before, of doing like small mentorships. That way I could like kind of use what I know to help other people out. I could do like either like group classes on Discord or something, or like single classes. I probably would just do group classes, I don't know. Sounds cool. Sweet. I would have to plan things out, of course, but it could be cool to do something like that. Yeah, late night stream. See how much I can get done before I stop. Oh, I mean, commissions is also a good idea. I've been thinking about it. Something I could definitely do is like model commissions, but the problem is that it takes so much time that it would be taking time away from the game. But I still might be open to that. Yeah, exactly. It takes a lot of work to make these models. And I've still got a bit more to do for the game. And then another big focus is going to be doing the environment art, which also takes a lot of time. I got a lot of classrooms to make. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Just a lot of work, a lot of time. but I can do it. Yeah, exactly. Raspberry, that's a great suggestion, actually. I really like that idea. Raspberry said maybe side quest voice acting could be an update after the full game comes out. Yeah, yeah. Because ideally the game would be like fully voice acted, not just the main quest. So again, that's what I want to have in the game when it comes out. But I don't know how the budget, if the budget will be able to get to that level, because when I wrote the Kickstarter and like put together the updates and put together the like the stretch goals and stuff, I had calculated the script using the length of the demo and then like using that as a basis for how the script would be and how much money it would cost to have full voice acting. But as I kept writing the script, the longer and the longer it got, and the more kind of complicated and developed everything got, to the point where I don't think our current budget would be able to sustain having full voice acting for everything. But it should be able to voice the whole main quest. We'll see. But I did want to let you guys know that, so that you know now, just in case it doesn't end up, unfortunately, having voice acting everywhere. The initial calculations ended up not being accurate. I have no idea how to rig a VTuber model, I'll be honest. I want to learn how, but it looks so intimidating. I especially know I could never do 2D. It would just take too much time to learn while I'm working on a game, especially. But for 3D VTuber modeling, I still am confused. I was trying to look up how to do it, but I was still running into a lot of like, what the heck, or like, stuff was still confusing me so much. I would have to take like very specific amounts of time to figure that out, and I feel like I would like to do maybe just the model itself as a commission, but the actual rigging would be left to somebody else. I don't even really like rigging in general. I don't like rigging for my game either, but I have to do it. And at least I like know how to. But not gonna lie, if I did model commissions, I would be a little intimidated by how complex some of those anime designs are. Like so many details and stuff. Oh my goodness. They're beautiful designs, but they sure are a lot. And I'm still not very good at doing like anime style modeling. I would like to be good at it, but it's its own like style that I'm not experienced in just yet. I've tried. I think I'm getting better at it, but I would have to also just get better at doing different styles of modeling. Oh, you've made you're making the funny characters, the Noramore Academy characters in Ponytown? That's really cute. Gosh, what character's theme is this again? Oh, Irelia. Okay, cool. I'm hearing all this music that I haven't heard in years. I'm trying to remember which character is connected to it. Thank you, Taylor. Yeah, I agree. What games are coming out this year? What did I do? What games are coming out this year or next year that you guys are excited to play? And you can't say Noir More Academy. Because I know, of course, that would be #1 on everybody's list. What if someone tattooed themselves their whole body's UV map? That would be a bit very based, actually. I think I saw this tattoo that was like the gimbal. The kind of like movement, sizing, rotation, selection thing in Blender. That's a really fun tattoo, actually. Little Nightmares 3 and Pokemon ZA. Metroid, Pokemon ZA, and Marvel Tokon. Did I completely mispronounce that? Token? Tokon? Tokon? Little Nightmares 3. Nice. THPS 3+4? What is that? Am I brain melting right now? Tokon, okay. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. Oh, gotcha. That's cool, that's cool. My uncle was super into skateboarding. And when we used to have an Xbox when I was a kid, he would bring his, like, skateboarding games over and play them. He didn't have an Xbox, he just knew that we had one, so he would just come over and play on ours and buy games for it. So he also brought like baseball games and other sports games that I did not give a crap about. I just wanted to play Star Wars Battlefront 2, Pac-Man World 2, and Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? That goat movie looks pretty interesting. I'm glad to see another... When I first heard, like, the premise of the movie on, like, when we didn't have any visuals for it, I thought it just seemed kind of like a whatever... Like, how do I even describe it? Just, like, another kind of whatever movie I wouldn't really care about. But the actual visuals of it look pretty awesome, and I'm glad we're continuing to do more of these beautiful stylized movies. When they're born, their eyes are kind of like clear, I think was what I have currently planned. Either like white or clear. I'm still figuring that out. Or maybe even more likely black, because orphans' eyes are black. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yeah, in this world, the people who don't have a family or have been like disowned or are orphaned have black eyes. And of course that changes depending on if they get adopted. That kind of thing. Oh, and if you're in the army, you have to change your color to whatever army you're in. Whatever baron that you're under. Because all the soldiers gotta look the same so they don't shoot each other. Yeah, I'm so sad about the Spider-Verse movie. Oh yeah, DK Bonanza looks really fun. It looks like a classic Nintendo polish type of game. Oh yeah, canceled Batman Beyond movie. That sucks. That could have been so cool in the Spider-Verse style. Where do I hire voice actors? The way I did it for the demo was through two main sources. One was a big voice acting Discord server. I'm trying to remember which server. Hold on. Oh yeah, the voice acting club Discord server. I put an announcement in there, and I used this other website. I think it was Backstage. But next time, I'm gonna probably cast a wider net, especially because I'll be needing more international talent. I need people with French accents, stuff like that. So accents that aren't English can be a little hard to find. So I'll probably be casting a wider net, especially because I want authentic accents if possible. I don't want, like, who knows, you know, we'll see, because I will be voicing a few characters that I am not authentically English, so I can only hope that my accent will not be embarrassing, but we'll see. I'm a dirty American. But I've been practicing it, trying to get better, so we'll see. But you know, if Blizzard could do what it did with Torbjorn's voice, then maybe I Maybe I'll be okay. I don't mind fans voice acting stuff, but it's gotta be, like, of quality. You gotta have a good mic, you gotta be able to act enough to be able to get the audition, basically. So I'll leave it open to everybody who wants to try to audition, and if I like you, you're in. But it's definitely recommended that you have some kind of at least some experience in voice acting. It doesn't have to be professional, but like, you know, fan dubs or just like a really good demo reel, that kind of stuff. There's nothing wrong with me with hiring people who are new to the industry as long as you can prove that you can do it, you know. There's gonna be some pretty intense emotional scenes in this game, and I want to make sure that I can find actors who can really pull that stuff off. Like, if you've never tried voice acting before and you don't have a very good mic, all that kind of stuff, yeah, it's probably won't happen, just to be honest. Some of this stuff is going to be very demanding, acting-wise. Alright, I think I'm somewhat done with this mid-range color. I think I'm gonna start trying the darker gray now. Going in and doing the dark colors. Do you see your game getting a sequel in the future for this planet? I would like to. I have some ideas for it. I think the main goal is doing either another kind of mid-scope game on another planet, or potentially getting to go straight to Mariposa. We'll see. It all kind of depends on how things pan out with this game. But I would love to develop like DLC in the future. I have a couple ideas for what that would look like. A full-blown sequel would also be fun, but I have so many ideas of things to do that I just have to figure out what to prioritize, and right now, it's all just contingent on the success of this project. Like, my entire future is depending on it. So I'm putting my all into this. I'm trying not to think too hard about other things. I have to put everything into this project. It must succeed. Fight. Win! No pressure, though. Well, I hope it's the best game you've ever played. I'm not gonna make any promises, but I hope it is. Let's see. Thankfully, this hair shape is pretty easy to paint. So it's a little time consuming, but not hell on earth as compared to some other hair styles I have done in the past. Cough, cough, Mrs. Lune. Cough, cough. Cough, cough, Madame Noirmore. Have you heard of Uma Musume? Yes, I have. I'm not really interested in it. I've got a lot of other stuff I'm playing, but I'm glad that people are having fun with it. I've seen a lot of really funny memes and clips. I've been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals. I got to gold this week. Woohoo! Hopefully I can get to plat at some point. Unfortunately, the skin for getting to gold this season isn't that great looking. It's the one for Phoenix, but her normal color scheme is much better, to be honest. Oh, in Rivals, I main Star-Lord, Mantis, Cloak and Dagger, Invisible Woman, Squirrel Girl, Mr. Fantastic. I didn't think he would be a main, but he's so fun to play. I pop off on him. But he ended up being pretty fun. Oh, I love this song so much. Solar Eclipse Leona. Oh, thank you, Taylor. Are there superhero comics on this planet? Oh yeah, for sure. After all, like, Superman started in like the 30s and 40s, so I imagine that there's also 40s style superhero comics here as well. There's actually going to be like a little side quest involving comics. Goodbye. Thanks for coming. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Nhrage. Nahrage? Nahrage? Enrage. Oh, gotcha, gotcha. Is it easier to make models in monochrome than color? It is actually, yes. When you're in color, things aren't ever just like one color. There's a lot of different colors that go into painting something. So just doing it in values is actually much easier. I'll actually show you guys a little example real quick. So if I wanted to turn her hair blonde, I could do that easily, quote unquote, by just putting a color filter over it. Let's say maybe it's like a kind of sandy blonde, light blonde, right? Oh, why didn't that work? Hold on. Oh, I did fill with eraser. Okay. So we do this, right? But something does not look right. It kind of looks dead. Like, it doesn't look real. What we have to do is add a bunch of other colors in here, such as more saturation in the shadows, like this. Or, like, for the highlights, something that goes a little more brighter and a little yellower. And then, but it's not just the shadows and the highlights that are slightly different colors. You also have to take into account other stuff too, like if something is, you know, reflecting off of it, that's a different color. Like if her shirt, for example, was kind of a shiny purple, then you might take into account that some of that shiny purple is reflecting onto the hair, and maybe you might have some purple undercurrents here, like this. obviously I'm doing this really quickly, but you can see how once you add color to something, there's a lot more stuff you have to think about and take into account. Or you might even, what a lot of artists at like Riot do is sometimes add other little colors in between to kind of add more life, like adding a bit of a blue here in the transition between the orange and the yellow. There's a lot of stuff to think about when you're doing colors. If you've played Marvel Rivals, you might also notice sometimes they have like these streaks of sort of random color inside the hair, which sort of adds a little bit more character to it and visual interest. But yeah, so doing full color is definitely more time and more thought has to go into it. Oh. Thank you, Poltergeist R, for subscribing. Welcome to the stream. This song was not the one that inspired Dragon Queen. That was Brahms' theme. Lore question, how does the Kieran transformation canonically work? That one, I can't answer. There'll be more details in the game. You might have seen that there are many theories about how it works in that initial post I made, but I can't confirm anything quite yet. But they're not born that way, I'll say that. They are chosen. I haven't even seen the first Bad Guys, so I don't know. I wouldn't say they'd get mistaken for centaurs. Centaurs are not real. And the people of Earth would know that. Hello, Phoenix. Welcome in. Well, this is the progress we've made so far. Let's continue. It's been about an hour. I only did this much in an hour. Ah! Okay, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. Ooh, I love this theme. This one is Dragon Trainer Tristana's. I remember I used this theme for a speed paint I did of her. Did you hear an entire movie got leaked weeks before it was supposed to release? I think that's happened a couple times. I don't know which one you might be referring to, though. I remember, like, what was it, the Plankton movie or something got leaked before it was released? SpongeBob Plankton movie. It was, like, leaked on Twitter or something. Or was that the Sandy movie? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think gloves would be a merch item because they're just gloves. They're not really specifically unique to Norimore Academy in their design. You could just buy any kind of colored dress gloves and you'd be fine. So I don't really think we would probably have gloves as a merch item. Any special treatment of death in Noivesan culture? There is, actually. Basically, when people die, there's sort of this superstition that the Draken will take your soul to the highest king to live in his courts forevermore. But there's sort of a superstition that sometimes the Draken can't find your soul, or maybe your soul can get lost before being found by them. And the way some people think you can circumvent that is by wearing extremely colorful clothing in your grave. For example, like a pure, bright pink dress or a pure bright green dress, depending on your family's colors. So some people will save a lot of money to try and have a fully colored dress because colored dye is very expensive in Noivess. Dyes are rare, and that's why they're only used for specific things like gloves or specific accessories and things. So to have a fully colored dress is a huge statement piece and is usually only reserved for your death dress or your death outfit, so that your soul will not be lost and can be easily spotted. So yeah, that's one of their traditions of death in Corvinstonian culture. It would probably be different depending on which country or continent you go to in that world, though. Let's see, I need to find some new music. Hold on. Let's see, what should we choose next? How about some Genshin Natlan music? Genshin Natlan music relax. There we go. Phoenix asked, what was the inspiration to change Miss Keene's hair? Just curious. Good question. I did answer this, but since you just got here, I will answer it again for you, just for you. The reason why is because I just didn't like the old hairstyle. I'll show it again here for those who are just joining us. This is how her hair used to look. I just didn't like it anymore. I felt like just having the 3 giant curls stacked on top of each other was sort of goofy looking, or I don't know, it almost looked like giant rolls of skin or something. Like, so I thought, and also my retopology here was horrible. I used an auto retopology tool that just doesn't, it's too much polygons and it doesn't look very good topology wise. So I just decided to redo her hair, and I like this a lot better personally. It almost might be a little too glamorous for school, but I don't really care. I already have like updo hair for the other female teachers, so might as well have one teacher who has her hair down. I love Natlan's music so much. Oh my goodness. I'm in love with Natlan's soundtrack. You know, I have some complaints about Natlan, and I know a lot of people have complaints about Natlan. I completely understand a lot of them, especially about some of the racial stuff, which I'll just leave there. I completely understand the critiques on that, for sure. But I will say, I think it might be the best region for exploration. I just had so much fun doing the world quests and the exploration. And after the tiring world quests of Sumeru, Natlan is such a breath of fresh air with how good the world quests are. Fontaine has also had amazing world quests. Fontaine is definitely my favorite region. Everything about that region is amazing. The story, the character designs are the best in the game, I think. Fontaine's character designs. But yeah, Natlan's exploration has just been so fun. And I'm warming up to the character designs. I really did not care for a lot of them at first, but after playing through the story and getting to know the characters a bit more, I'm liking the characters more, you know? I think Moalani is probably my favorite. I still don't really like Chaska's design. I don't like her outfit, but I do like her face. I do think it's cute, all the little makeup they added to her, which is kind of unusual for a Genshin character to have like lipstick and stuff. Malvika? I love Malvika's design, kind of. I like super... I wish it was more like Aztec inspired, right? Like I wish it was more actually culturally inspired. But if that context was, if the context of it's supposed not taking enough inspiration from its original culture, if that problem didn't exist, I would like her design and how badass it looks. I don't know. I love her design, but I also don't like it, but I also do love it. It's weird. But as for the actual story of Natlan, it was okay. it was good, I think. Maybe, I think the reason a lot of people ended up being kind of disappointed in it is because of how good Fontaine's story was. It was hard to follow up Fontaine. I don't know if I'm ranting about Genshin too much here, but I've been playing it recently because the Nod Cry stuff has me super excited, so I've been grinding some of the characters up. I've been feeding Malvika all her things to make her stronger. I finally have built my Xilonen. Xilonen is so beautiful. She's another design that I adore, but I also don't like at the same time. Like, I don't like the jeans. I don't like how modern she looks. I don't like that somehow she's like invented motorcycles. But at the same time, in a vacuum, if that context was not there, if she was not in Genshin, I guess, I would love her design. She's beautiful. And I love going around on her little roller skates. She's so cool. So Natlan, and also Natlan has like the worst character, one of the worst character designs in the game, which is Auroron. I don't like his design. It doesn't fit in the game like at all. What is this emo boy and what is he doing in a tribal culture in Genshin Impact? Why does he have ripped jeans? Okay, I think there is another design though that I also, hold on. There's another design I just don't like that was fairly recent too. I like this character as a character, but her design is bizarre. It's so bizarre to me. This is Escoffier. Why is she only wearing an apron? Why is there nothing underneath her apron? What's going on there? Why is her hair down? She's a chef. Why is her hair down? Why is her hair messy? She's supposed to be an expert chef. Why is her hair down? And at first I thought like, oh, well, of course her hair's down probably because Genshin is like obsessed with having a bunch of flowy bits all over the character, and so they wanted her hair to flow. But they just released Inefa, whose hair is up in these cute little two buns here. Her hair is up in these little buns. And it works perfectly because she's like a maid character. Why is her hair not up? It pisses me off! She's wearing nothing under her apron, and her hair is down. She does not look like a professional chef at all. Her design, actively, I really don't like it. I think it's one of my least favorite designs in Genshin. Like, listen, I know Genshin designs are not supposed to be the realistic, but if she was a male character, she would not be looking like that. That's all I'm saying. She would have looked more like an actual chef if she was a male character. Yes, I am calling it out. Like, again, this is Genshin. It's fine if the designs are not practical. I know that's part of it. I love some of these super impractical, over-the-top designs, but Escoffier, I think she broke the, like, suspension of disbelief limit for me. Her side quest was cute, though. I liked her story quest. I like her character. I hate her design. Actively hate. I also really like Varco's design. However, with the context of him really being implied to be an older guy, and people are really hoping and expecting for him to be like this gruff, middle-aged, muscular, bearded, older man, as which is what the lore sort of implied. I think a lot of people were kind of disappointed that Genshin still will not like allow anybody to play as anybody that's over the age of maybe 30. So I think that's why people are kind of disappointed with his design. Honestly, I'm just glad he's not even younger looking. I after Natland disappointed with some of their designs, I thought that Varka would be like even younger looking, but he is actually on the older, if not the oldest looking Genshin male character, which at least there's that, at least. How old is Miss Keene? I think she's 32. I am gonna be repainting her face though, so some of those wrinkles are gonna look a little deeper here. But 32 is not old, I say, as I'm getting closer and closer to becoming 30. Yes, and you know what's crazy? Hold on. What's this character's name again? I love him. He's like one of my favorite characters in Honkai Star Rail. The bartender police guy in Honkai Star Rail. Oh my goodness. What's his name again? He's like my main support in that game. I haven't played Honkai in a while. Ah, what's his name? I forget. Gallagher! That's it. Gallagher looks so good. I'm gonna bring him up here for people who don't have context. This is Gallagher. He has like the best design. One of the best. What? Why are the images not loading? Okay. He has like one of the best designs in the game. He's probably the oldest looking Genshin. Well, not Genshin. Like Hoyoverse character that I've seen that's playable. He has a little bit of facial hair. And some wrinkles, some eye bags. What was that? But even just that makes him stand out so much as compared to... Well, actually, hold on. He's not the oldest looking playable character. That would be, what's his name? Welt. Welt would be the oldest one. But yeah. If Varka had a little bit of that action right there, I think a lot of people would be more happy. Look how big he is. He has scars, he has like muscles. Ito needs a build like this. But I have heard that there are some model updates coming to Genshin. I don't know how true this is. I heard that there's a pretty reliable leak that model updates are coming to Genshin. I am so happy to hear that. And according to the rumors, the characters to be updated are Ayaka, Ito. Yeah! Ayaka and Ito. There was another one too, but oh yeah, Albedo is also apparently going to be updated. Thank goodness. So I hope that is true because that would make me very happy. Ito is by far one of my favorite characters in Genshin, but his model makes me sad. Also, this was not part of the leak, but I really hope they update D-Luke. Come on. D-Luke's face is disgusting. D-Luke was my first 5-star. He used to be one of my favorite characters. But his face is just sad. Please update D-Luke. For people in the chat who do not know, D-Luke in Genshin Impact has like bug eye looking eyes in his model. He's supposed to be like an adult man. This is an adult man, guys. Hello? Hello? What's this? This is not an adult man. This is a baby head on an adult body. Some people have tried to do like edits to make him look better. His clothes are so cool. His outfit is amazing, but this guy, he does not. Yeah. And that's the reason why I'm doing model updates on my characters. No. But yeah, as time goes on, sometimes you notice things in your old models that need to be updated, and that's what I'm doing right now with my own characters. Model updates before the game releases. Because I went back and I realized that some stuff could be better. Yeah, even Ryothsley looks buffer than Ito. It's sad. Ito's supposed to be the buff guy. The buff Oni guy. Onigiri. Probably gonna stop pretty soon because it's starting to get late. So yeah, my overall feelings towards Natlan is actually mostly positive. And I'm really looking forward to Not a Cry. I really enjoyed the latest story quest as well. The latest Archon quest. I enjoyed it a lot. And I really like Inefa. She's so cute. In general, I just really like robot girl characters, probably because I grew up on My Life as a Teenage Robot, so I find it really fun to have like robot girl characters, and I've designed one of my own too. I remember when I was a kid I wanted to be like a robot. I was like, what if I'm secretly a robot this whole time and I have superpowers? But it's mostly because of My Life as a Teenage Robot. I wanted to be just like XJ9. Or I also really wanted to be Kim Possible. She was like my role model. That's why it was also really fun to design the golem characters for Noirmore. I was like, yay, I get to design cute robots. So I was able to get Inefa, by the way. I was able to pull her, which I'm so glad about. But it was a risk to pull her because I also really want the other new characters coming out in Not a Cry. I was like, should I wait for Inefa because the other characters also look really cool, or should I just pull for her now? I didn't know what to do, but I was like, screw it, I'll pull for her. She looks adorable. I love her gameplay, and I got her. Yoo-hoo! But now I'm still like exploring around and doing stuff. I had world quests and stuff I haven't done yet so that I can save for the new Not a Cry characters. I really want Varka and Alice, and the new 5-star male character looks so cool. At first I didn't know if I wanted the deer lady, but then I saw that she like turns into a cool centaur when she's running around, and I was like, that's super cool. Maybe I'll get her too. I don't know. I might wait on her. We'll see. There's just too many cool characters in Not Cried to want to save for. And of course Columbina. I gotta get Columbina. Let's be real. I'm sorry this has turned into a Genshin stream for people that don't know what I'm talking about, but you can just listen to the music and watch me paint instead of listening to me. Maybe I'll stream Genshin sometime, that might be fun. Genshiners in the chat, who are you looking forward to the most in Not a Cry? I'm really looking forward to the story and lore exploration, but I think, yeah, Varka is probably the character I'm gonna save up for the most. Columbina scares me. Yeah, that's why she's so cool. A scary Genshin character? That's awesome. Give me the biblically accurate angel horror and existential horror vibes. Dear lady, But a lot of times my feelings on a character might change after I do their story quest or see them in the main quest, and I'm like, oh, that's actually she's her, like, her writing and her character is so cool that it makes me want to pull for her or him. I'm just so glad we're getting more male characters again. Let's be real. We have not gotten a lot of them recently. Yeah, the emo guy looks so cool. He's one of my top that I'm gonna pull for. I saw leaks of his kit and it looks super cool, the animations especially. And apparently he is gonna work really well with Inefa, which is another one of the reasons that I wanted to pull for her, so I could have them on a team together. I think the snake-looking lady looks cool too. She looks like she's from Sumeru. She has a sick-looking design. Oh, and so the person who'd asked Miss Keene's age, the youngest teacher in the school is actually Miss Nanatak. I believe she's 26, last I remember. Wait, is she 26? Maybe I made her like more like 22. I have to look at it again. I have to look into my files. It's either her or Mr. Cabrera that are the youngest. I have not finished Amphorius yet. I need to. I got so kind of burnt out by the first patch of Amphorius that I have not played Honkai since then. It just kind of, it was, to me, it just felt boring. It was very long and kind of drawn out and not told in a way that was engaging to me, but I have heard that the next patches get better, so I'll get back to Honkai at some point. I remember I really enjoyed, for some reason, like one of my favorite story arcs in Honkai is the banana like monkey storyline. I really liked that one because it felt like it wasn't too long. It had concise themes and ideas and character development that was cool and some fun twists. I really liked that one. But I like Penacony in general. I love Penacony even though I think the story was also executed not that great. Also, the music in Penacony is so good. I might switch to that at some point for one of my other streams, do the Penacony music. You can look up Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail if you want to know what we're talking about. They are like games made by Hoyoverse company. Yeah, exactly. Okay, now let's start doing some of the highlights. We're not quite done on the shadows yet, but I think starting on the highlights will help me figure out how I want to do some of the shadows more. Do their horns limit what kinds of hairstyles they can have? I mean, I guess. You know, just depends. Depends on their horn, depends on the hairstyle. Okay, let's start on some of these highlights. I don't know. I guess. I think I'm starting to get tired. I'll probably stream some more tomorrow. And now for my little annual regular plug. If you'd like to support the stream, help support the game, you can donate using the description link in the description below. And now back to our regularly scheduled programming. Yes, this program is called 3D Coat. It's not super mainstream. I would say it's more used by people who do like hand-painted style art, like people who work on League of Legends or World of Warcraft. Okay, now with the highlights, it's really starting to come to life a bit more. Okay, I think that's it for tonight. Might have to touch up some of these lines though. Well, this was our progress tonight. And I'll probably do some more tomorrow. I'll see if I can schedule it for maybe like 2 p.m. or something. We'll see. Thanks so much for coming tonight, guys. That was fun. A little bit of a late night stream.